Hello everyone, welcome to the Tale of 5 Snails. In this box are 3 milk snails, 2 grove snails. I will be telling you the story of these snails. I am Arachnid Mav, the insect enthusiast. You may call me Arachnid Mav. Let's get into this box. I've been waiting a long time for this. Alright, we are pretty much in. There's some wrapping paper. Nothing in there. And there's a Tupperware. And there are some milk snails in here. I see 1, 2, 3, 4, just 4. In there, and let's see if there's anything else. There's nothing else in here, so I requested 5. Maybe it's in the tissue paper. Still only see 4.
Womp 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 womp.
There is only 4 snails in here. So, they all look to me like milk snails, but I am not quite sure what these grove snails are supposed to look like. I have only seen pictures, but none of these are orange or yellow like I requested. But they are alive, and there are 4. There's some red stuff in here, but I think that's just what they were given as food, some kind of fruit skin or something. But yeah. Let's try and figure out what to call them, since they're going to be on this channel for a long time, and then when they eventually give birth to more snails, they will continue on their story as generations keep being produced. Anyway, let's cut to... Alright, so we are back, and I have 4 snails here, and we're still trying to figure out where the 5th one ended up. It was a long ship to Alaska, but there's still one missing, and none of them are obviously the colorful, rarer species of grove snail. They all appear to be pretty much the generic milk snail. So, picking up from where we left off, this is what happened the next day. But this is not the next day. So, on the next day, I checked my email, and apparently they were all milk snails because they were all milk snails. The grove snails have been shipped after I got the milk snails. They shipped the grove snails, and I received the grove snails. So here is the clip of that. Cut. Hello everyone, welcome back. So the first box that I received from my happy snails contained 4 milk snails, which was 1 extra that I had requested, but thankfully a separate box came that has the grove snails, which I was surprised wasn't in the first box, but I checked my emails and there were 2 boxes, so we went and got the second box. I thought this was it, and I was going to have to talk to them about why they didn't send me the right species or the right amount. but I just didn't check my emails. And they just sent me extra in case he died in the mail. So I'm excited to see what the grove snails look like, because I was like, oh, these grove snails don't look very different. They look just like milk snails. But the first batch was all just milk snails. So let's get into this box. Alright, getting into this thing. Alright, it's coming open. Now, there's a note in this one. That's cool. And then there's something else. And, newspaper wrapping. Lots and lots of newspaper wrapping. Alright, there's a tiny little container with some vegetables in it. Whoa, and a bunch. 3. Looks like 3. They're a little new to me, so I keep forgetting what to call these things. They're grove snails, and there is 1 orange one and 2 yellow ones. Orange and yellow, just like I requested. It looks like one of the yellow ones has stripes, one of the yellow ones doesn't have stripes, and the orange one doesn't have any stripes at all. So, very diverse. I like it. And the rest of this should just be newspapers. Yep. So we have a container of grove snails. They are coming out. It's very nice. We'll be right back. Let's get a good look at these guys. Okay, that doesn't come off as easily as I thought it would. Let's just rip the edges, both sides. Alright. So I was aware that they were a little bit smaller. These snails are definitely looking in smaller size. I don't want to hurt it, I just want it to come off the plastic very gently. Just kind of touch him so he sinks into his shell so I can take him off. Doesn't really want to move. Okay. This one's not out at all, more in a resting mode from the long flight. This one's gonna also come right off, covered in vegetables, but not too shy, coming right out. And then this orange one, also is coming out. And there's just some moss and little bits of carrot in here. A lot better conditions than the milk snails got. They just got a wet napkin. I mean, there was some evidence of some food in there, so they probably gave them something, but by the time they got to me, it was just some kind of red fruit skin or something was all that was left. Yeah, that is awesome. Oh, this one's even starting to come out. Oh yeah, look at that. That is nice. So I actually have a grove snail shell that I think I found in, I think it might have been Idaho. But yeah, looks about right. Kind of a yellowish color with some stripes. So I was hoping that they would be bigger than this, which I can see by the shell that's not full grown, but they're a little bit bigger. Especially this one. This one's very yellow and kind of the same band coloration. Banding on the shell. This one's very dark, but I have kept milk snails before, and I always noticed that their body, it can go from a white to kind of like a darker blackish color, kind of like this. So they just, I don't know if it's to do with their health or their mood or humidity or something, but this one's dark and these two are lighter at this current time. Yeah, they look healthy. Definitely looking forward to keeping these snails. These snails' gene pool is very diverse, and each time they have a batch of eggs, just like dogs, not all the snails are going to look the same, so we'll see more patterns and designs coming out of these 3 snails. Different colors, different patterns, hopefully get a wide range of different looks in the future. I don't know how long it will take for them to get settled in enough to start laying eggs in my soil, but should be not too long. It's hard to tell. I would say these ones are almost adults because their shell is starting to curve up, forming a lip, which is what happens when they reach adulthood. Their lip on the edge of their shell gives it a nice smooth finish so that it doesn't rub on their body at all or anything. But yeah, you can see them. I mean, honestly, you guys are back on the paper towel. You guys are so far away, you probably can't even see these guys. So there's a very orange one, and a more yellowish one, and a yellow one with some black bands. Oh, they just made contact. But yeah, I don't know what causes their skin to change color, but this one's very dark, and these two are much lighter right now. But when I kept snails before, it definitely changed a lot. That's awesome! Here's the other snails. One's hanging out up there, one's up there, and one went and hid somewhere. I haven't been able to see it, but then there's another one up there. Now the snails are going all over my desk here. I have to introduce them into their new terrarium soon. I feel like this one needs a really cool name because its shell is just absolutely stunning. Yellow with black bands. I've never owned such a colorful snail, to be honest. I've only owned milk snails in the past, and they're just white and brown pretty much. I want you off my hand, back on the paper towel. You okay? You okay? Yeah, and I can just get this one to get back on the paper towel. Okay. Time to add them into their new home. Here's the little yellow one. Don't know what to call you yet. There they are. I make them retreat into their shell to pick them up, because you're not supposed to pull up, otherwise you might damage something on the inside. Where their face, it's very flexible, it's not gonna get hurt. They're used to smashing their face into stuff anyway. Because their eyesight isn't always the best. But he or she, well, they're hermaphrodites, so it's not really he or she. Well, a little bit of connection there. Impact. Eyeball impact.
Ah, the plants and scenery of the tank, including the 2 air plants I added. And this nerve plant I also added. And the now very much dead Alaskan moss I added. And my rapidly growing vining plant. I also added my army of roly-polies. Here's one eating some kale, and here they are again eating some carrot. This is why I first added them into the tank in the mound of leaf litter. So now the grove snails are nicely settled in, and it's time to watch episode 1.5, Just a Night of Nocturnal Snails, where they all receive their official names. And thank you all for watching, and please subscribe to see the story of my snails.